In today's video, we're going to be talking all about how to film skateboarding follow lines. We're going to go down to Washington Street Skate Park to show you some examples of how to film follow lines. Washington Street Park is one of my favorite places to go and skate, and it's also one of my favorite places to film lines at. The basic equipment you're going to need is a skateboard of your own, a camera, a fisheye lens, and a camera handle. If you want to know more about the camera settings that I prefer to film in, leave me a comment down below and I'll make a more in-depth video about that. But today we're going to focus on some more practical tips that you can use when filming skateboarding with a DSLR camera or an iPhone. Typically the filmer would be following the skater, holding the camera, capturing them at a side view. The benefit of shooting this way is that it allows you to work around the skater depending on which way they carve or accidentally swerve. You also want to pan into the skater at your starting point, which takes a little planning with the skater or knowing where they're starting and where they're stopping. Some skaters don't like planning things out. Skateboarding should be organic, and I agree. One way to avoid this is to simply plan for yourself. Working around what the skaters are already trying will help you so you're not disturbing the skater's flow while you're already drafting up your own plan. What do you need to plan? The in and out points of the clip, beginning and end, are the starting and most crucial point to making this type of filming work. I like to plan where I'm pushing, or in this case, pumping and churning. Lastly, you want to figure out where you're going to stop or keep rolling while the skater leaves the frame. In this clip, you'll see I used the bank to roll back from Coogan as he's trying to land his trick. This was a super hard line that we didn't end up getting, but I thought this was a good example of how you can end a line in other ways than putting your foot down or dragging your heel. For this line, I'm going to start by dropping it on a wall that's far away from the skater, but I've planned it out enough to know where I'll sync up with the first trick. This also allows for your edit to have some more constant flow versus starting from a dead stop or ending from a dead stop. I also want to make sure we don't collide with each other. Collisions are bound to happen when you're filming in this kind of style, but it's not totally avoidable, but you can plan these little things that help you out. In the first few attempts, I'll record the line just to play back and see if there are any spots that could be improved. Typically when I do this, I'll let the skater know I'm still figuring it out. I'll do this 3 or 4 times to really figure out the weak spots, where I need to push more, or other spots where I need to slow down. Also, sometimes we split and meet back up to build more tension. I like to spend a lot of time figuring out where I'm going to start compared to where the skater's starting. Always press the record button way before you start, giving yourself time to get ready. This also allows the editor some timeline to work with when it lets you prepare for any sudden changes. I never turn my camera off when filming follow lines. Unless you're really trying to milk the battery life, it's just not worth risking of missing anything. The composition of these types of shots are typically pretty similar. You want to be at a low angle, holding the camera at an upwards direction to enhance the action. Ideally, you can find an object to pan from and into the skater. In this example at Washington Street, I used the pillar to set the stage. When filming skateboarding fisheye, the closer you are to the skater, the less notable little shakes will be. So if you fill the screen with the skater, the viewer will most likely miss the little jitters because typically the skater's action will be the same as the shake. You see less of the horizon shaking and more of the skater doing tricks. This helps keep the viewer's attention and adds some consistency to the changing landscape. It's important to consider how the editor will be using this line when you're filming as well. With all this information, hopefully you have a good idea how to film a badass follow line. The first time is going to suck, but stick with it and know it'll improve. I think this technique can really be applied to any type of filming. It doesn't have to be skateboarding. It could be biking, cars, motorcycles, lifestyle, just about anything. Hopefully this motivated you to get out there and make your own edits. Let me know in the comment section below about your favorite filming technique, or if there are any questions you ask, I'll get back to you. From here, it's just trial and error.